Hey Cassandra, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website. So you might be asking yourself, why is this guy just going to show me this stuff for free? Can't I just go do it myself and take advantage of the extra business? And the answer is yeah, you absolutely can do that. But what I've found is that most small businesses don't have the time to worry about perfecting their website or showing up on Google searches. So if you do have the time, that's great. I encourage you to use what you learn in this video. But if you don't, and you like what you see, then give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching, and we can talk about the next steps. Okay, so I mentioned those 3 strategies, but what are we actually talking about here? What's the goal of those strategies? And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. And that's basically a word or a phrase that someone is going to search for on Google when they want to pay for a service. So in the case of NuImage aesthetics, that might be something like Botox San Diego, right? I saw that you guys do injectables, and Botox is just really hot right now, so especially in San Diego. So I use this as an example. But you could really use any of the services you provide and run through something like this. So I went ahead and searched Botox San Diego on Google, and let's take a look at what we find. So up top, we have the paid ads, right? This is when you pay Google for ad space, and they show up at the top here. But typically people see the sponsored disclaimer right here, and they skip by these. These only get about 1 to 3% of website clicks. Then we have the map section, which we'll come back to. And then there are the organic listings. So these are the websites that show up on Google without having to pay them anything directly. So you see some of your competitors here, sdbotox.com, Grossmont Dermatology, La Jolla Cosmetic, and we can scroll down and look for NuImage. And let's see. We're at the bottom of the first page, haven't seen it. We'll keep scrolling through the second page. And yeah, so that's the bottom of the second page. And you guys aren't showing up. So what that means is that for all the people searching for stuff like this, they're going to click on your competitors' websites instead of yours. So then you got to ask, well, how many people are actually searching for this stuff? Like, do I even care? We can take a look at that. So this is a tool I use called Ahrefs. It gives me search data. And right here we see that keyword, Botox San Diego. And we see that it gets 1,400 searches every single month. If you go down this list, we got another 1,000 for San Diego Botox, Botox in San Diego, 900. So that's over 3,000 already, just from those top 3 keywords of people that are searching for a service you provide in your area. And again, we could do this, get a similar list for any of the services you provide. But if you're not showing up on Google for any of these, then nobody's going to find your website when they search this stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at the keywords you do show up for. So I went ahead and searched NuImage aesthetics in Ahrefs, and we can see that you actually don't show up for any keywords. So that means that, you're not really getting any traffic from any searches on Google, let alone people looking for your services in San Diego. Okay, so let's take a look at your competitor SD Botox. If we look at their keywords, so here's what you want to see, right? We have that same keyword, Botox San Diego, number 2 spot, SD Botox, number 1, right? So all of these right here, they're the top 1 or 2 business for these searches. So they're going to be getting the vast majority of website clicks for every single one of these, right? So how do we beat them out for these top spots? And that's going to come back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start of the video. And the first of those is going to be the content on your website. And by that, I mean literally the words on your website, right? Google wants to see 1,500 to 2,000 words of content using those target keywords on their top business's homepage. So we can look at NuImage aesthetics and we'll take a look at your content. So you have a good little chunk right here about who you are, but that's really it, so it might be 100 words or so. It's not really close to that 1,500 to 2,000 that Google wants to see. So then if we look at your competitor, sdbotox.com, we'll just take a look at theirs. Already they have kind of a lot of content right here. I'll keep going, they got a little more. And we're getting towards the bottom. So they don't have too much content, but they have more than you guys, but they don't have nearly that amount that Google wants to see. So what that means is they're not going to be too difficult to beat out, right? If we just do that minimum of 1,500 words using the right keywords, then we should be able to win in terms of content. Okay, so the second strategy I wanted to mention is what's called backlinks. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And that does two things. Number one, it tells Google that you're a legitimate business, because when it sees that other websites are talking about you, it gives you more credibility and trust in their eyes. And number two, it tells Google that you are relevant to what those linking websites are talking about. So if you get a link from a website talking about medical spas or Botox, right, that's going to be way more powerful than a website, that's like a food blog or something. So what we want to do is get you a lot of backlinks and a lot of relevant backlinks. So we can see here that you have 5 backlinks, right? So you have something to start with. That's good. And if we look at your competitor, sdbotox.com, so they have 574 backlinks. So right there you can see probably one of the main reasons that they are beating you out, right? They just have way more backlinks. So what we can do about that is we can actually look at their backlinks and go through each and every one of these and get a link from that website. That way we can match whatever they're doing to get those top spots. And then once we've done that, we'll just go ahead and add an extra 100, 200 backlinks from powerful linking sites, so that we're not just matching them, but we're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. Let's talk about the third strategy, and that's going to be the Google Map Pack. And that's this section of the results right here. I'm sure you've seen it a million times. You search for a business or a service, this little map pops up, and then you got these 3 featured businesses, which looks like they're all SD Botox in their different locations. So, they're really going hard on marketing here. But these 3 businesses right here are going to be really important because they actually get about 30% of the clicks from searches like this. So how do you get in those featured businesses? Well, one strategy we like to use is called citations. So a citation is kind of like a backlink, except instead of going to your website, it goes to your Google Maps listing. So some examples would be websites like Yelp and Yellow Pages. And what we can do is take a look at the citations that SD Botox has and do a similar thing that we did with the backlinks, right? We'll copy all of their citations and then add twice as many so that we can make sure we are just outdoing them in every way. And then on top of that, we can go through your Google Maps profile, make sure we're optimizing, filling out all the different options that Google lets you put in, and then we can optimize your images so that they're all pointing to the right place, right? They all are tagged for your location, so it'll promote you even more. And finally, we can make sure you're getting positive reviews and responding to all of your reviews. And that should help you climb the Maps rankings pretty quickly. All right, so those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about. Again, that's the content on your website, 1,500 to 2,000 words. Then it's your backlinks, right? We want to go from your good start to beating out your competitor, match them, and blow them out of the water. Finally, we want to get you in those top 3 spots in the map pack so that you can get that extra traffic. Okay, Cassandra, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope it was valuable to you. If it was, then just give me a call or shoot me an email using the information here, and we can talk about next steps. All right, thanks.